Finally, the preview of Jawan just dropped and I have a lot of questions. Question number 1. When was the last time a trailer didn't reveal a plot? Over the past few years, Hindi cinema has especially been infamous for cutting long trailers with so much of the plot stuffed in that it leaves very little for the audience's imagination. The skill of generating interest and shareability is mostly missing. Just taking this year alone in Hindi cinema, only 3 pre-release trailers have been able to create a lot of buzz and conversation. One is Nitesh Tiwari's Bawal, which has audiences confused with the inclusion of World War II and Nazis and Adolf Hitler in the narrative, and the other 2 mainly are Animal and Jawan, both directed by South Indian filmmakers who really understand or rather pay attention to the art and science of cutting a film trailer, putting their own visual signatures, elevating their hero with the right camera angles and background music, and giving the audience certain visuals and moments that they can take back and recontextualize it in their own life using memes. This 2 minutes 13-second trailer has so much packed in. It has multiple locations, multiple time periods, multiple looks of Shah Rukh Khan, multiple elevation shots for all those looks, multiple slow-mo shots of the primary and secondary cast, lots of action, a fun moment of Shah Rukh's bald avatar dancing like an influencer in a Mumbai metro, a custom title card for King Khan himself, which is usually done for South Indian superstars, even a potential rap song dedicated to King Khan that's sure to travel beyond the limits of a single film. And despite all this, we have no idea what the plot could be about, and still there's so much to bite into, so many moments to pause the trailer, rewatch, and that's the success of a trailer done well. Also, due credit to DOP GK Vishnu and the Red Chillies team for making the trailer look like $1 million, and editor Ruben, one of Tamil cinema's most prolific film editors, who's given us the exact trailer that a mass masala commercial film like this really needs. Question number 2. How many films are in this film? If you're not familiar with Tamil cinema discussions, director Atlee's filmography is famous or infamous for being inspired from many classic films. For example, you can see traces of Maniratnam's Maunaragam in his first film Raja Rani, Rajinikanth starrer Basha and Jason Statham starrer Homefront in Teri, Kamal Hassan's triple role film Abura Sagodargal in Mersal, Shah Rukh Khan's own Chak De India in Bigil. Throwback to that tweet when Shah Rukh called Bigil as Chak De on steroids. But in my personal opinion, I don't see this as a problem. One of my most favorite filmmakers, Quentin Tarantino himself, has the habit of referencing so many films in his filmography, and that's why I strongly believe that it doesn't matter where you take it from. What matters is where you take it to. Nothing is original in this world anyways, so lift all you want, but are you backing it up with an emotionally engaging screenplay and memorable moments? That's what really matters to me, and in that context, even though Atlee's strong point is in elevating his hero and creating unforgettable visuals, on the point of emotionally engaging screenplay, his films have been a hit or a miss for me. In Jawan's preview itself, the northeastern village being decimated has hints of Ajit Kumar's Citizen and Kurosawa's Seven Samurai. A baby being born in prison reminds me of Dark Knight Rises. The mask and social justice angle reminds me of Shankar's Onion. Fun fact, Atlee was Shankar's assistant director before he started making his own films. All the metro passengers made to wear that bandage on their heads has hints of Money Heist and Inside Man. In fact, there are traces of Atlee's own 3 films with Vijay in this preview. The cop angle from Teri, the multiple role aspect from Mersal, and the girl gang element from Bigil. Plus, SRK and Deepika's character do the exact same slow-mo hand action sequence that Vijay's character does in Mersal. I could be completely wrong and reading too much into this, but there are too many coincidences. But still, beyond all that, this preview promises fun, and I hope the film keeps that promise. Is the female prison a reference to SRK himself? Once again, maybe I'm reading too much into this, but one of the most interesting shots of the trailer is the Bahubali-esque shot of a baby being born in a female prison, which is most probably SRK. And to support that, you also have this shot of SRK walking in slow-mo, being cheered on by female prisoners, probably from the same song sequence in the same prison, maybe indicating that even his gang of female vigilantes, that includes Priyamani and Sanya Malhotra, are ex-inmates of this prison. But beyond this, especially Tamil filmmakers have this knack of giving hat tips and references to the star's real-life persona, quite often breaking the fourth wall and addressing the fans directly. In this case, Shah Rukh is someone who has been very open in many of his interviews that he's been brought up by women and around women. Because of this, he's expressed that he's more comfortable around women than men, and this entire thread of female prisoners might be a tribute to this side of his persona, which may or may not add to the film itself, but for fans of King Khan, it's a little self-referential hat tip that's been mostly missing in his filmography since that one scene in Zero, where his character is interacting with Bollywood's leading ladies. Next question, how soon will Deepika's character die in this film? If there's one thing commercial Tamil filmmakers have in common, is creating a strong, beautiful, wifey character for the hero, only to have her killed as soon as possible, therefore setting off the hero to seek revenge. In Atlee's own films, like Teri, where Samantha's character gets killed on a Diwali night, or Mersal, where Nitya Menon's character dies in childbirth because of a major plot point of the film, of a medical mafia. Just that slow motion shot of Deepika's character slaying it in that red sari and jhumkas, taking down SRK in that rain-soaked akhada, is enough to start betting on how many minutes into a screen time should we be ready for an RIP post. Some are claiming that Deepika is actually SRK's mom, but if you look at that frame closely, it is actually SRK that she's taking down in that frame. And this is only possible if SRK is also playing his own dad in the film, which is very much possible considering Atlee. Related to that, how many roles is SRK actually playing in the film? From what we can see right now, cop, military officer, the mummy, Two-Face with mask, bald vigilante with smooth skin, are all these different roles or multiple avatars of the same person or two people, or are some of the looks just from a song sequence? I have no idea what Atlee has cooked, but after a really long time, Shah Rukh seems to be having a ball on screen, giving in to the massy sensibilities of his director who loves creating these larger than life moments for his stars and tapping into his anti-hero avatar, which we love him for but get to see very rarely. And what is this tattoo? This is an age where most films release and sink without a trace because the audience either doesn't know about it or isn't interested by its content, stars, or its trailers. But every once in a while you have a trailer that has moments or shots or elements that makes people pause, screenshot, share it on social media saying what the is that? And until now, Badal from BNF TV has guessed that it says
माँ बाप की दुआ हो सकता है क्या? नहीं.
Will the Vijay cameo really happen? Does SRK meet Vijay's character during his police training? Is this Punjabi Akhada the same place where Vijay's Vetrimaran character from Mersal wrestles his opponents? Or is this Vijay, like people on Twitter are claiming to be? When this image of Vijay, Atlee and SRK went viral, fans already started smelling a possible Vijay cameo. It doesn't seem impossible. And finally, is this the real pan-Indian phase of Bollywood? Southern film industries remaking Bollywood films or Bollywood remaking South Indian films is not something new. But back in 2009, there was something different that happened. The mid to late 2000s was especially a very, very rough patch for Salman Khan, where almost nothing was working. But in 2009, he collaborated with a Tamil filmmaker, even if it was for a remake. The filmmaker was Prabhudeva, and with Wanted, he brought in all his sensibilities and gave Bhai fans this old dish with a new flavor, and that one film changed everything for Bhai. In the last few years, the Hindi film industry has been going through pretty much a similar rough phase like Salman in mid to late 2000s, and it's only recently that they've begun collaborating with South Indian filmmakers like Sandeep Reddy Vanga and Atlee, banking on their sensibilities to revive commercial Hindi cinema. And by the looks of the trailer, this looks like the beginning of many more such collaborations, and the only hope now is that it doesn't turn out like another such collaboration, which we are really trying to forget. And those are my thoughts on the preview of Jawan. Quite honestly, I'm excited about a Hindi trailer after a very, very long time, even though I wish that this mass masala action avatar of Shah Rukh came 10 years earlier, because the last decade, even if I liked the idea of someone like Shah Rukh collaborating with directors like Imtiaz Ali or Anand L. Rai, those films didn't really turn out as we expected. And if this mass avatar had come for SRK earlier, I think the entire Hindi film industry would be in a very, very different place right now. But anyways, better late than never. Let me know your thoughts of the Jawan preview in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.